look at the last page of this worksheet, 1.7, Symmetry and Transformations. I'm going to look at the answer key here just to make it a little bit easier to write some information on here. Um, okay, so let's take a look at this graph. We're given some information about this function. And if you look, if you look below here, these are ordered pairs that correspond to this graph. For example, -4, 0 is this point right here. -3, -2 is right here. -1, -2, 2, 3, and 5, 0. Okay, so that's the information that we have so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bottom of the page so I have some more room and explain the next part. Okay, what we are asked to do here is we're asked to take the graph that we have above there and we're asked to graph it to this transformation that's listed right here. If you take a look at what we have here, there's a -3. The negative represents a reflection across the x-axis, which means the y changes sign. The 3 represents stretch vertically by a factor of 3. Okay, now let's look inside the parentheses. The x plus 1 means it's moved 1 unit to the left. And then the -4 represents it's moved 4 units down. Okay, so we want to take the graph that we cannot see right now and then shift it. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use these ordered pairs and shift them with the information that we're given here. Okay, so let me just erase this first of all. Okay. Okay, let's start with the first part. The first part is the x's. It's shifted 1 unit to the left. So each of these x values, I'm going to shift 1 unit to the left, which means I'm going to subtract 1. -4 becomes -5. -3 becomes -4. -1 becomes -2. 2 becomes 0. And 5 becomes 4. Okay, that's the very first part. Now let's go to the second part. I'm just erasing it first. Okay, here we go. Okay, now let's go to the next part. What we're going to do with our y values is we're going to multiply by -3. So this is our y value right here. We're going to take a y value times -3, and then we're going to subtract 4. So for the first example, we have 0 as our y value. I'm going to take -3 times my y value and then subtract 4. When I do that, I end up with the value of -4. And I'm going to do that with each example here. Let's go to the next one. My y value is -2. So I'm going to take -3 times my y value, subtract 4, and I get 2. And I just keep going on with that. So here's all my answers here. Here's all my ordered pairs. You can check the rest of them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot all these points on the graph below there just to show you that we get the same thing. Okay, the first point is -5, -4, so that's the point right here. The next point is -4, 2, -2, 2, 1, -13, and then finally 4, -4. And then we go ahead and connect the line segments, and then we're done with this particular example.